Hello and welcome to a ChamSys MagicQ tutorial. In this one we'll have a quick look at groups. Before that, just a quick add-on to the basic rig tutorial. Go to patch and make sure that all the trusses are at -4 in the C position. I don't think they were when we finished. So groups. In the upper hand left corner you got the group number, and in the other corner you got the amount of heads that are in that group. To name a group, you could type, say truss 4, then set, and then click on the group you want to name. Or you can click set the group and then type in your name and then enter. A number of ways. To select a group, simply click on it. To select multiple groups, hold down Shift while pressing. If you go into Setup and into Prog, and then down here you see select multiple groups. If you select multiple in one go, that means you can select a couple of groups, and next time you select a group, the selection will restart. If you select multiple always, that means you take a couple of groups then you just continue the selection basically. I usually leave that as at no. You could also highlight the groups you want to select, hold down Shift and then press enter, and you have selected those. You can do the same thing with view heads. Hold down Shift to select multiple, or highlight, Shift enter. That is also a quick way to invert your selection. So I want all of these heads except this one, this one, and this one. So highlight, Shift enter, and the selection is kind of inverted, so to speak. To change the order or the selected heads, you can select your group and go over here, selection normal, and in this window you see the head numbers and in which order they are. So you could make them reversed, into center, center out, and if you hold on Shift you can select random select, which means they will be in a random order. However, if you want them back in the normal order, you need to select a group again in the group window, so to speak. You can also change the order by holding down All and then selecting your option. All elements are for multi-elements or duplicated element heads, which is basically what the Magic panels are. They have several LED elements. To select a group with the keypad, the syntax would be, say we want group 4, 4, and double star. And to select the second head in that group, not just the second head overall, you could do a 2 and then next head. That is number 27, which we can see here. You could also, if you locate those, take odd even, select a color, next head, amber. If you hold on odd even, you also get more options for that. Okay, now recently added is the view grid. So we could go to this group, press view grid, you see a grid window with all of the magic panels. Now these are multi-element heads, and we could let's see, they are 5 by 5, so that would be 15 by 50. Then you could press move the source and then to the spot, which would be about here. So you could highlight also multiple, move, and then click where you want it to be. Or else you can either click this button or hold down shift and then move, which also activates the drag move. And that allows you to just simply click and drag. No, wait. Pardon me. And select multi-head. They are all placed as multi-heads, and this is useful for use this grid in the group window for let's say for a newly added pixel map FX. So let's have a quick look. By doing this, you don't have to patch a pixel map with a real grid and in the pixel mapper. It's a simple way to get a simple pixel map, I guess. I also found that useful when selecting multiple fixtures, or selecting just specific fixtures. If you could make the grid and place the heads like they appear in the visualizer or in the plot view, from a front view or something like that. So you could select just a couple of heads like that. Now another trick to make groups, go to output, select grid 1, and perhaps just 4 by 4. Look to groups, select one of your groups, and then go back to that window and perhaps insert heads. Now you can press order group, which will create a couple of groups automatically. So grid based would be when you click grid based, it creates groups based with a selection based on the grid. So if I go and make a quick dim chase, let me this is steps like horizontal. Now I mean vertical. And this will be other. For instance, this one 10. It goes like in a spiral into the center based on the grid, which is a quick way to generate groups from the grid view. And that is not the group-based grid view, that is the pixel map grid view. Also, you could select a couple of fixtures or heads, and then hold on shift and then make group. And you see it recorded group 5. So if you go to group 5, we would get those heads. Another quick way to record groups. Or else you could just go to the group based one and say select these ones, go back to the window and then record a group. Like that. Just gonna have a quickly remove those groups. If you go back to the group window, so you got some options. You can either locate the whole, like completely both the HTTP and LTP channels. And HTTP is basically just the dimmer. You never really put anything else to HTTP. But you can also just locate the LTP channels. You can make a dimmer full, hold down shift to make it back to 0. Take it back to 0. Deselect all, you deselect all your fixtures. You could, if it takes stuff into the programmer, if you hold down shift and clear selected, or shift and press clear, you clear just the selected heads, which is nice. Or you could clear all. Is there anything else? You got some FX options. You get a macro for lamp on, so if you got a spot or something, you can just take your group, shift, and then lamp on. I think that pretty much covers all. But you got this park channel, just a quick explanation here. Let's say you make a position like that. Go back to the group window, park channels. And what that does is that if you press clear, they will stay there, even if you try to program anything else. And according to the manual, they will stay parked in this channel during resets and stuff like that. But the programmer also kind of automatically parks channels which are activated, which is why you can override the your playbacks with the programmer, I guess. Just guessing. To unpark, press unpark. You can also see in the output window a PK, which stands for park channels. And we could have a quick look at FX and group FX. What that basically is, if I select a group or select some heads, I selected these heads, I'm gonna record a similar group. I'm gonna name it test. I'm gonna select that, and I'm going to add a dimmer fix. I'm gonna record it to a playback. I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna record a group FX. Intensity dim chase. I'm gonna record it to another playback. Now the difference is that the group FX kind of uses these channels instead of the heads. So if I update this group, I'm gonna add some more heads. So I select all the heads I want in that group. Can I hit record, and then the group, replace existing group, yes. And now when I raise the first, just the FX, you see that nothing really happens. I mean, the heads that we recorded the FX with still have the FX because it's based on the heads, not on the group. And if we select the group FX playback, you see that they also have the FX. So if we include this, you can see that they are based on group 16. Right now they are just spreading. They're using the group as one head. If you double click, you can change to all channels, and it will behave as normal, which means that it will spread out. It will spread out the FX evenly, and you also get within group, which is a nice way of getting synced. Let's say wipes of a dimmer chase or a trusses, which has a different number of heads. So let's say you have a 7, 5, and 3. You got a truss with 7 heads, a truss with 5, and a truss with 3 heads. Then they will all sync. So there's that. Also, if you were to move this group, it will automatically change the group address which is it's using. So if you will go back, you see that it's now group 18 and not 16. There's that for the groups. If you got any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll try to respond. So thanks for watching.